What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Simic ramp deck. Everyone knows Smuggler Surprise. It's probably one of the best cards for green. And at instant speed, for 6 mana, we can bring out 2 creatures from our hand. And the best creature to bring out is usually Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant, because when this enters, we get to bring out any number of creatures from our hand onto the battlefield. So we could go from bringing out 2 creatures to bringing out 6, or even more, depending on how many cards are in our hand. And we could easily get a lot of cards in our hand with Vaultborn Tyrant, because whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters, we get to gain 3 life and draw a card. And since we're playing blue on top of the green, we could play cards such as Bonny, Pall, Clearcutter, Omega Heartless Evolution, as well as Koma World Eater. Omega Heartless Evolution is one of those cards you don't see too often, but I think this is a good one of. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. And we have a bunch of non-basic lands, but the whole idea is if you want to bring out something with Smuggler Surprise at instant speed, you could potentially bring out Omega, tap down something on the board, put a bunch of stun counters, gain a bunch of life, and now you have an 8/8 body on top of whatever else you bring out. So we just use this card to tap something down and make it so they can't block with whatever powerful threat our opponent has. And with Bonny, Pall, Clearcutter, it brings out another creature on top of it entering, so it's 1 creature that could become 2. And with Koma World Eater, this card is really awesome in the sense it has Ward 4, and it can't be countered, which is always a plus. And when it deals combat damage to a player, you get to create 4 3/3 blue surfing creature tokens named Koma's Coil. So if your opponent can't answer this card, and if they only have spot removal at best, they're going to be in trouble, because this is going to create so many creatures that this one card could win on its own easily. And for the rest of the deck, we just try to ramp up really quickly and bring out all our powerful creatures. And we even have spot removal with the full playset of Summon Bahamut, so we are ready for mostly anything. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Sami's Curiosity, 4 Smuggler Surprise, 1 Glimpse the Core, 1 the Irencrag, 4 Hulking Raptor, 4 Overlord of the Hauntwoods, 1 Bonny, Pall, Clearcutter, 4 Vaultborn Tyrant, 1 Omega Heartless Evolution, 1 Koma World Eater, 4 Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, 4 Summon Bahamut, and for the lands we got 1 Island, 5 Forest, 4 Botanical Sanctum, 4 Breeding Pool, 4 Willowrush Verge, 4 Adventurer's Inn, and 1 Cavern of Souls. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. So with this hand, we don't really have much going for us until we get to 6 mana with Hulking Raptor, but even with that, we don't have a Smuggler Surprise or anything like that. So we just have to see what we could draw. It's like, wait a minute, that's not Hulking Raptor. At least now we could go for Vaultborn Tyrant for next turn. Which will be nice, because playing a Vaultborn Tyrant this early is always good. Especially since I don't think they're going to be able to counter it. Since they just have the white mana source, their blue source is tapped, so can't go wrong with that. And if they can't answer the Hulking Raptor in this following turn, then we're going to be able to bring out Ghalta plus Summon Bahamut, which equals more cards. Yeah, for 2 mana, I don't think you could do much. I mean, next turn, they might have a very impactful turn with the board wipe if we overcommit, but let's see. I mean, either way, I'm getting the cards back because of Vaultborn Tyrant. Okay, that's fine. I might... Well, they could just board wipe next turn. That would be bad. But... yeah, at least try. Because if they don't have a board wipe, then if they have spot removal instead, then it would have been like, oh wow, I should have played the other card. But they have that board wipe. We still have our Hulking Raptor, which definitely makes the difference. And we might as well use all the benefits of Smuggler's Surprise right now since we have all the mana. See what we can get. And we definitely do find some good cards, and we're going to play both of them as well. The Ghalta I'm going to keep in my hand for just some kind of crazy scenario as backup. Because we could technically go for Ghalta, play the creature we draw, and then we have a new board of threats. So we'll do it that way. We get to go first, and the hand is alright. We ideally would like to have a Llanowar Elf or something like that. Or even a Sami's Curiosity, just so we could do stuff with our mana on these early turns. But either way, let's see what our opponent throws at us. They're off to a slow start as well. So next turn we could go into Overlord, and then we could start doing stuff. Right now we're just sitting ducks. If we could find one more land, then the Smuggler's Surprise is live. But they're playing blue, so who knows what they're really doing. Yeah, drawing the second Ghalta definitely doesn't help. Stops on there. Okay. Yeah, so this is what I didn't want to happen. But I can't just use the Smuggler's Surprise to look for a land. It just doesn't make sense, because even if I do that, I still would need to wait another turn to play another land, and then even play a 7-drop instead of our initial plan of Smuggler Surprising for 6 mana. Oh my god. Alright guys, this is what it's come down to. I didn't want it to, but I need to find this land. Because then at least we get Smuggler Surprise the next turn. So I get both of those, I play the Verge tapped, and then we pass. Not the Verge, the Breeding Pool. Ultima? Really? Surprised they're doing that. Makes me... Wait, why do they do that? I wonder. Okay. I honestly want to go for the Smuggler Surprise, but they could counter it next turn. They have... The mana is open right now, so I could... well, I mean, their mana is tapped down at the moment. So, I could either go for Koma or hold up the Smuggler Surprise, have a really big turn. This is what I'm doing, guys. Check this out. I'm going to play this. It has Ward 4. They have to board wipe it, or they have to just do something else completely. And what this is it's insurance in the sense of it just guarantees I'm going to have a threat out instead of me going Smuggler Surprise at the end of their turn, and then they counter it, and then it's like, oh well, that stinks. But by doing this, it creates a... Yeah, I say they didn't do anything, so now they have to answer this on top of my open mana, which is pretty good if you ask me. Okay. So we're going now we could go for the swing, and then at the end of their turn we could use the Smuggler Surprise. Really? Out of all the cards to play? That is so funny. I'm going to do it again. I want to have the Smuggler Surprise open and just go for the Ghalta, but they could just easily board wipe. Or you could just argue I should have just went for Ghalta right now, but... Which I honestly should have because I have two of them in my hand, so that's on me. If they have another Aetherize, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, that's fair. A little different, but you know what? That works. Okay. I want my attack to go through, and I still want to bring out a board. I think this is definitely justified, because not only does it bring out more creatures and give me more cards, but it just guarantees that I'm going to just keep this pressure on them right now. They're definitely much so going to board wipe. That's why I'm not bringing out any more creatures. This doesn't make any sense to me. Because this is more than enough to close the game, so. But they have Ultima, Final Showdown. What else is in here? They got Aetherize. They got multiple ways to deal with the board. And we get it. Opponent goes first. I'm going to keep this. Not too bad of a start for us because we have the Elves, the Irencrag. The only thing is, if we could find a, whatchamacallit, Smuggler Surprise, that'd be insane. But at the same time, maybe a Ghalta would be good. Not a Ghalta, a Vaultborn Tyrant. Well, there's a Smuggler Surprise. At least we got that. Very cool. It's crazy to think next turn we could use the Smuggler Surprise if we want. Part of me really wants to go for Hulking Raptor to give us an extra 2 mana so we could use the mill 4 cards ability on top of the bringing out the 2 creatures. Just because our cards in our hand aren't as impactful as I want them to be. At the same time, I think I have a plan, guys, but it all depends on the rest of their hands as well. Glimpse, okay. Alright guys, this is the plan. It's called let your opponent swing at you, and then use Smuggler Surprise Ghalta to block the Hydra. And I think if they don't have a Fable Passage or something like that, we're going to really surprise them with this. Because if they display a regular land, this is going to 8 power. If not, it goes to 16. Okay, this is perfect, guys. So we now Smuggler Surprise. We have 6 mana in total. Bring out both of these. So now we block you. Now we block you. So now they have to deal with this 12-12 trample. And with their board state, it'll definitely be pretty easy for the most part, even though we don't really have much follow-up cards or anything like that. At this point in the game, this is going to be very good. Another Smuggler Surprise. I'm going to go for the swing. I'm thinning out my deck by 1 card real quick. I'm going to do this now, in case we can find Llanowar Elf maybe. Oh my god, it's so bad. Alright, let's get these two. Play this and go from there. Out of all the things to mill, Hulking Raptor, come on guys. We need some Vaultborn Tyrants, we need some Bahamut, Koma, Bonny, Pall. I'll even take an Overlord over the Hulking Raptor. This card is only good on curve, I'd like to think. Plus, it's also a card that could trigger your Vaultborn Tyrant, so you have that benefit going for you as well. But I'm a big fan of Hulking Raptor because it's just a creature that does it all. Opponent's going first. Go for Sami's Curiosity for our turn 1 play, which is always a good play. Go for the Healer's Hawk. I guess it's better than a Johnny's Pridemate or an Essence Channeler, so I'll take it. So let's just, I mean, I could have just held it as a bluff with our blue mana being all menacing, but we're just going to go and ramp up immediately. And next turn, let's see, I mean, we could draw something. Oh yeah, I was going to say, we could go for the Overlord, but we want something more impactful in the sense of Hulking Raptor being the best thing to play when you have 4 mana. If you could curve out quick enough, because if they don't answer the Hulking Raptor now, then the Smuggler Surprise will be online for next turn. Because the Hulking Raptor will produce the extra 2 lands, but it looks like they're going to go Sheltered by Ghost. Like, as soon as they just highlight my card, you just know that they have it. It's just one of those things. Alright, so this is the move, guys. It's called Hope Your Opponent Doesn't Interact with Their Board. And we'll be good, because in total we have 6 mana once again. But if they go Sheltered by Ghost, then we're at the mercy of drawing that 6th land to go Smuggler Surprise. But if they don't Smuggler Surprise, we're going to have quite the board they have to deal with. Not the most craziest board in the world, but Bonny, Pall plus Koma is going to be very good. I could also bring out Omega, but I think it's better that way. We're going to be even more dramatic. We're going to wait until they swing so we could block the Hinterland Sanctifier. Alright, they go to combat. They go for the big swing. And now, at instant speed, we play Smuggler's Surprise. Plus Bonny Pall happens to have reach. How convenient. What is that? That's pretty cool, actually. So it stays on? I see. It's until end of turn. I was going to say, if that keeps the hexproof and indestructible on it, this card is the best card in the world. Because if those abilities stayed on the creature itself, that would be insane. Luckily, we don't have to deal with all that. We have 4, 6 mana. We're just going to swing with this then. Alright, so how are they going to get around this? Because we have a lot of stuff. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here just now, I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.